Hey guys, it's me, Unicorn Conspiracy. Back ready to play some more Seduce Me. Let's get in and play. Yeah, it's been a while since I played, but Malix and that woman just left. Party ended. I met the Andrew guy. Okay, so I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn and catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
Whoa, whoa, Sam, you're really loud in my ear holes. Why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I forgot how cute these guys are. I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. This phrasing is awkward. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. I just wrote a report paper research thing, so now I'm super English mode and this writing's gonna bother me, but I'll try to get past it. Was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the Eternal Plane. Devils, however, come from one of the seven circles of a plane.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
You just stop clicking accidentally. I don't do that with hardly anything else, but this game, for some reason, brings out the worst clicks in me. It was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. Plus, my house is enchanted. Let's not forget that. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
So special. Wait.
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects
Even
you.
if I leave the house?
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
You never said anything? I couldn't believe my ears. It was the third day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. Don't faint. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
Kick his ass right now.
But you can't, Sam.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can.
Sweet.
If Malix...
Quit too soon. What about going outside?
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back
Except an
against.
Olympic girl.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
I lied. Well, yeah. Oh, maybe I didn't. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Good point. Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. Maybe this has something to do with why my dad and my grandfather don't get along. I bet it does. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? My, how did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? They are only staying until after they defeat Malix. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix, which is repeating myself. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. The question was then, would I want them to leave? If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents, with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it. I doubt it.
I promise to be with you forever.
I don't want you to be with me forever.
You're so important to me.
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Please, let me love you.
I'll be by your side, always.
I can't imagine living without you.
I want to be with you.
I love you.
I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m.? Why am I up so early? I slowly... Whoa.
I love you.
Guys, I can use my little scrolly thing on my mouse
I love.
to go back and forward. My mind is blown. I fell back on the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. That's how I feel like every hour of the day. I gave up and sat up. Okay, anyway, sorry. Try not to get started. Staring at the fireplace across from my bed, a sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Make some coffee. I decided making coffee was my best bet in surviving the rest of the day. Absolutely. Why not? Haven't had a coffee in forever. That's totally not like me. I got out of bed and made my way to the kitchen, unconcerned that I was in pajama pants and a tank top. I rummaged through the cabinets for a coffee machine and any makings for coffee. Surely my grandfather had some. Surely he was a coffee addict like me. A French press? Well, it's better than nothing. It's freaking fabulous. As I began to make my coffee, I checked my email and texts on my phone. No new important emails, no text messages. I sighed, quickly made my coffee just how I liked it, and sat on the counter. This is more like me. No social life. I began to wonder, would this happen every day? I let the question linger on my mind. For a whole morning, I did not think once about the boys or Malik's. Everything was peaceful. Everything was average. Nothing magical or dangerous or unusual. For a whole morning? I simply drank my coffee as I let the thought marinate in the back of my mind. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. Why did I make coffee if I was just going to go back to bed? Come on, eyes, back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I took my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sundays were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? I quickly went out the backyard in response to the noise I had heard. In the yard were all 5 of the boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle with the other 4 surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. Don't disturb them. I just watched. The boys were very much in their own world, focusing on the training they all were in. It was better not to disturb them. I checked the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry and I'm sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bored with reading this stuff. Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I decided to make sandwiches. Because why not? I assembled simple ham sandwiches for all of us. Delicious. After I poured some potato chips on the side of each sandwich, I felt satisfied. Who said lunch had to be cooked? Lunch is like the best meal to not cook, actually. I placed the food in the dining room. However, none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. The final dish. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go to one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focused on training. Let's be flirty. I quickly rushed back and grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. Okay, interlude time. The word dish, I freaking hate that word. Not so much as like a dish, like a plate or whatever, but using that to refer to a food item, I don't know why, but I just can't stand it. I hate it. I don't know why. I cannot think of a reason why. Most of the time I can just like BS a reason for all of my idiosyncrasies and messed upness, but I don't know why. I don't know why this word bothers me. It just does. I looked down each hall trying to find one of the incubi wandering so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursed my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they now? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search out for them in each room. I quickly turned and headed up the stairs. I began to walk down a hall and opened a random door, peeking inside. Luckily enough, I found Damien in the study. He's the one I wanted to find. Damien was in a study that I didn't recognize. There was a nice desk and a display case full of toys, books, and memorabilia. I had never entered this room before, but Damien looked like he knew this room like the back of his hand. Hey, Damien. Dames. Damien was gazing at the pictures and books on the shelf, almost looking lost and dazed. It was almost adorable, but I could sense a small hint of sadness in his eyes. He's not even looking at you. How can you see his eyes? Damien?
Huh? Oh, hello.
Hello. Damien turned to me and gave a gentle smile, as if he was doing nothing as I came in. I entered the room and closed the door behind me. 'Cause we need some privacy.
I was just looking at the books. They're very interesting
I
topics.
love books, too, Damien. We are perfect for each other. Huh? I looked over at the shelf and skimmed over the spines of each book. They were all books about business and psychology, all ranging in thickness. Some crossed over and brought the two topics together, while others were strictly one or the other. Did my grandfather read and study all of these? They seemed used, but they were covered by a small layer of dust.
Do humans really study this
Yes.
much?
Depends on why we're studying.
What do you mean?
If we're interested in a topic like business, we learn what we can because we want to know more.
Are there things you can't study?
Nope, there are books and stuff about everything and anything. Technically, there are things you can't study.
Even the demon
Yeah,
world?
see? Maybe, but usually those books are considered fiction or religious theory. It was almost cute to talk about learning with Damien. I guess learning was different in the demon world, but telling him about learning was almost like telling a child the meaning of life. I felt myself become a little wiser as we continued talking. I think I'm becoming an idiot.
Humans can learn anything? At any
No.
time?
We have libraries and bookstores full of books we can read.
Humans have the freedom to learn anything.
I looked at Damien in confusion. He seemed to look jealous. What about demons? Can't they learn what they want? Damien shook his head before looking down at his feet.
Demons don't have schools to learn from like humans do. Everything we learn comes from experience or verbal mentoring. Books are only permitted to be read by higher nobles.
Sacrilege. I stared wide-eyed. There were no schools in the abyssal plains? That seemed so unreal, yet, in a way, I wasn't that surprised.
The only ones who have ever touched a book are James and Eric, since they're the oldest. Sam and Matthew chose
So can
not
you
to
read? What about you? Damien stood silent for a bit before sitting on the ground, leaning against a large desk in the room. I decided to follow along and sat beside him. I wish I could make more choices.
You brought food?
Oh yeah, I brought food. Here's your some grubbin. You're welcome. Damien took his dish of food and began to politely eat. I followed suit. It was painfully obvious that he was dodging my question. Did I want to know? I was very curious. Ask again. I was curious, so I had to ask. However, Damien looked to me, stopping me from opening my mouth.
Because I'm technically not a noble.
You a bastard, son. Tilted my head and raised my eyebrows in confusion. It's my confused face. I make it in class all the time. Not a noble, but aren't you all brothers? If the others are nobles, that would make you one. Damien looked to his food with a sigh. I suddenly felt regret for asking and pushing the topic. Before I could apologize, Damien spoke.
We are all half-brothers. We only share the same father. Our mothers are all different. James, Eric, Sam, and Matthew all had noble mothers who are now queens. My mother was not a noble, and is not.
So you're more interesting, is what you're saying. I could see sadness in Damien's eyes. Your beautiful purple eyes? Can't really tell. I bit my lip. I shouldn't have pushed the issue. I'm sorry. Damien shook his head, snapping out of his thoughts, and smiled at me.
For what? You didn't know, and were curious. It was only appropriate.
Is it that big of a deal? It was rude of me to pry like that. I'm sorry, except not really. I didn't know what to say. Damien only smiled lightly at me before continuing to eat. As he ate, my mind began to wander to the abyssal plains. What was it like? What did it look like? Was their castle big? How many servants did they have? My mind began to wander to the abyssal plains. Technically, your mind's only wandering if it drifts from one topic to another topic. Slowly and at a leisurely pace. But we were just talking about the abyssal plains, so it's not really, my mind's not really wandering. In my personal opinion. But we'll carry on. My thoughts were halted by Damien chuckling, most likely at my thoughts. I turned red in embarrassment. Oh yeah, I forgot he can read minds. Sorry.
You keep saying sorry when you don't need to. It's kind of cute.
He called me cute. I pursed my lips, but couldn't stop a blush from running across my face. This was going nowhere. I went back to eating in futility, earning another chuckle from Damien. However, a groan of pain escaped Damien's lips. I stopped and looked at him in surprise. Are you allergic to ham? Damien, are you okay?
Yeah. It's nothing. Don't worry.
I'm worrying. I heard him gulp down and hide another groan, making me even more concerned than before. Damien,
It's just a headache.
does
I get it when I run out of energy.
that mean we need to, like, give you some sexual energy? He was out of energy? I guess he didn't take enough when we first met, so it was just enough to heal his wounds.
None of us took more than we needed to heal.
Does that mean they'll, like, technically starve if they didn't, go around touching enough? From the sound of his voice, he was fighting back a major pain. I felt incredibly bad. Damien smiled very lightly at me.
I'll be fine.
Give him my energy. If he needed energy, I was willing to give it. Damien instantly turned away from me before I could finish my sentence.
No. I'll be fine.
But I want to. I like you. Used to it? Used to pain? There was no way that was okay. I glared at Damien's shoulder before grabbing... I glared at Damien's back before grabbing his shoulder and forcing him around. Damien stared at me in wide-eyed surprise. Damien, let me help you, please. I don't want to see you in pain like this. I continued to stare at him, wondering if he'd make the first move. I wanted to help him, truly. I knew that my energy would help him not feel pain. But they can just get it from, like, touching your hand. Damien must have heard my thoughts, as his gaze changed from nervous to piercing. Okay. All of a sudden, I felt that familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Damien wrapped an arm around my body and pulled my body tightly to his. This writing is getting worse and worse. Damien grew a lustful gaze before speaking, bringing a hand to cup the back of my neck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're so cute. We're so cute together. Before I knew it, Damien pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. Heat erupted through my body as his kiss slowly and almost timidly got deeper. Damien kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hands on his chest. The energy from my body was slowly draining in the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in this situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Damien was a wild card. I didn't really know what to expect from him, and his kiss was no exception. He's not really a wild card. I would consider a lot of the other guys more of a wild card than Damien. But I mean, I guess you still don't really know him. Damien wasn't forceful, but his kiss was deep and passionate, and it felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except with energy drain. Soon, though, the energy drain stopped, and Damien gently pulled his face away to end the kiss. I stared up at him as we both panted for air. I had never kissed like that before. Well, you've only had like 2 kisses. And I was so lost in the moment that I had forgotten how to breathe. Damien moved a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire.
I'm okay now.
One more. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. I wonder if they can, like, make out and kiss, but not take energy. Heck. YOLO. I opened the opportunity and was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more, and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. I leaned up and kissed him again. Damien gasped against my lips, but continued to kiss back. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bow, releasing it and following his hand off from around my neck. Oh, am I wearing a ribbon in my hair? Okay, that was confusing. For some reason I immediately thought of like a violin bow when I was really very confused. I was like, is that a euphemism for something? Okay. He moved the ribbon to his pocket. Okay, memento. Before gently unbuttoning the top 2 buttons of my blouse. Blouse. That's another word I don't particularly like. I don't mind it so much, but blouse, it just sounds kind of like louse. I think that's probably why I don't like that word. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips down to my exposed neck. I would moan, but my moan's kind of like as he began to ravish my neck and shoulder, just one, and hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasureful sigh escape my lips. Damien was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. Meowza. This music is very repetitive. Probably because I keep stopping to talk, and so the music is like, come on, you gotta keep going before we gotta change. Damien didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gasps rush out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was as hot as I was. Meowza. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we spent making out. I was lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. I was so lost that should be what that says. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. Oh, you just said that. I loved it. His touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything at that moment, even as he lowered his kisses down my chest to just above my bra. Sorry, I have to make everything awkward and make fun of everything, otherwise I'll feel very awkward and my heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Damien intrigued me immensely, but something in my heart quickened for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate to be lust. How did you know? Plus, he's an incubi. He's manipulating your feelings. What was it? However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the ceiling, very awkward misspelling there, start to spin almost wildly. I gripped onto Damien's shoulders, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound. I felt good. I didn't care that I was blacked out. I felt warm and fuzzy in the darkness. I never knew indulging in that kind of passion would be that good. I now just wanted to awaken, hopefully in a good way. My eyes eventually fluttered open, adjusting to the sight around me. I felt familiar silks underneath me, letting me know that I was in my bed. I slowly sat up, stretching from the tiredness that still lingered. I felt a very soft pain in my neck and shoulders, and I could feel my swollen lips pulse gently and healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back and rebuttoned as if nothing happened between me and Damien. I was just missing my ribbon. Gotta keep something. Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept on. It was tied around a small pin in a nice bow with a note attached to it. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it.
Thank you. I indulged myself. But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
You sound freaking sleazy, Damien. I thought he was gonna feel bad for making me black out, but apparently not. Maybe Damien's not the right incubus for us. I stared at the note. I swear the writing gets worse and worse. Letting a small smile graze my lips. He indulged himself as much as I did. I enjoyed it. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the note to my chest, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. Oh. I indulged myself too, Damien. I looked at the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Yikes, 4 hours of being knocked out, and I still feel tired. Major typo. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. Okay, we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna finish this game, no matter how awkward and stupid and grammar stuff. Don't eat the rice, have some coffee instead. I know that's kind of a basic stereotypical thing for me to say, but we did just have coffee in the game. Made just how we like it, in a French press even. So, French presses are really fun to use also, BT dubs. Fun fact of life and stuff. Yeah, don't eat the rice. As always, all my love to you guys. Well, Palmer's love too. I'll see you guys later. Bye.